The end of your current trip around your star. December 18, 2016. We have come to the end of your current trip around your star, what you call 2016. Actually, you do not make trips around your star. You chase it in a spiraling pattern. But your current mental picture is functional, and so there is no real reason to change it at this time. Change is something that never ceases. It is impossible for you to point to anything that is not in a state of change. It can change so slowly that you do not perceive it, but it is changing. And the perception that things are static makes you feel safe. You feel safe because you are in the known. The future contains the unknown. And your lack of trust in yourselves makes that unsafe. Is that not so? If you were completely confident in yourselves, would you still fear the future? Change, perceptible change, is upon you however. 100 years ago that was also true. Your world was being electrified. Your modes of transportation were greatly changing. You were even learning to fly. Almost no one remembers those days now, but there are those among you who remember when telephones and radios were all plugged into electric sockets, and nobody had television sets. Then jet aircraft were used by the militaries, huge four-engine airliners flew people across oceans. And then small animals were sent into orbit around your planet. Now the computers that made that possible are dwarfed by the power of the tools you carry in your pockets. What used to take decades can happen in a month or less. Yes, change is upon you. You were told that this year would change everything. In your perception you are once again saying, no, didn't happen. And once again, we are telling you that it most certainly did. But we are observing quite a different time than you are. Allow us to draw a quick sketch of the timeline for you. At a certain point, you, and for this discussion we include all of Earth's humans in this, made the decision on your soul level that you had had enough of the controlled environment that your world had been experiencing for so long. You knew deep within that this is not what you had been created for. And so, you set upon a path that would lead you up and out of that experience. You made progress. But it became evident that progress was slow. And it was entirely possible that your current civilization might destroy itself, even taking the planet with it. And so you asked for help. Help has been given. You have received help spiritually, interdimensionally, and from every corner of your universe. It has not been instantaneous. At least not from your viewpoint. But a very great deal was called for, if all of the change that was needed was not to result in catastrophe. You have been through these types of changes before. And each time you had to start over. Look at your flood stories. Look at your ice ages. You are discovering many prior civilizations now. This type of catastrophic change will be avoided this time. But we are not saying that what you are now going through will be comfortable for all of you. As you look around you during this last part of 2016, we think none of you would deny that change is happening everywhere. We think you can also see that some of you are doing all you can to help it along, and many more are resisting and fearful. But we tell you that, just as before, the decisions that all of you made in the higher levels of self, will be made manifest. And although it will not happen overnight, as you count time, it will spin many heads around. Now, where are you exactly? We said that this year would change everything. We told you above that it did. You have put into play changes that are now irreversible and that will result in your having built a new world. Can we tell you exactly what it will look like? No. Because you are the ones that will build it. But you spent a very long time discovering what you do not want it to be. Now it is time for you to be very certain what you do want it to be. And now is the time for you to realize that you must be responsible for what it becomes. And that will come when you finally know that you truly are co-creators of your reality. Co, as in you each play your part. There is further help coming your way. Gifts from you to you. You will not know yourselves. You are about to go through a great shift in consciousness. We have told you this. There are those of you who have begun to experience the beginnings of it. This sort of thing can be thrilling and beautiful, or it can be uncomfortable and frightening. The difference is in how you receive it. Choose to accept. Choose to trust. Choose to know that you are divine and worthy of all that you need. It will be yours. Our desire is that each of you have a happy and loving season of celebrations, and that you all look forward to the coming year with confidence and wondrous expectations. Channeled by Ron Head. RonAhead.com